everybody. Hi, Linda. I just started. I'm sorry. We're going to be working on t-shirt quilts. I was running a little bit behind, so please forgive me. Sorry, Day. I was trying to clean up some messes, and I didn't want that mess to be in your guys' view. So, today we're working on t-shirt quilts. This pile is. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Linda. So, instead of doing my few steps that I missed to do with you guys, I will be doing another one. Oh, Amy, that's fine. Go enjoy dinner. So, I use a parallel stabilizer, and that's what makes the shirt feel like it's a fabric so it doesn't stretch. And you can buy them at Joann's, because most of the time it's 99 cents per yard. I buy a whole boat for that reason, because I make them a lot. So we're going to start with the first row. This is a whole pile, plus that row. So apparel stabilizer. It's so I don't know how to say it. Just give me 1 second. I'll go get it. Actually, it's called interfacing. P44F in apparel interfacing basic. It's made by Pellin. I use Pellin from Joann's because typically if I catch them on sale for like 99 cents or less per yard, I'll buy the whole bolt. So here's what I have done so far. I'm actually so what I'm doing, which I have to take this part here. So what I'm doing is if this client wanted front and back. So what I'm doing is taking the front and back, sew them together. And then I'm putting a gray slash in the between. Yes, it will work, any of them. So the reason I have to take this one out is because I found a shirt in the wrong spot. So we're going to get that piece out and I'll start there. As long as it's a parallel fusible, it will work. And you have to be careful when you do this. There's reasons why I do it very, very, very slow. And I'm looking into Amazon for it, for the stabilizer. As soon as I find it, I will put it in my description box below for you guys. Also know that if you have any questions, you can ask. And when you get orders like this, you always want to put numbers on them after the client tells you where they go. That was my bad. I didn't do that, and when I remodeled, and it wasn't right order, so I always triple check and communicate. Yes, I love my gaming chair. It's the chairs I was sitting in didn't help my back. And especially if I have a sore day, and I know it's going to be a really sore day, I use the vibration on the back. Yes, most clients do. Most just say put it together and it's good. But this client, he wanted it in order because he was a coach for the school. He wanted it in the year order so that it looked nice. And I don't mind doing it the way because it's their quilt that they're going to keep forever. And I want to make sure they're in correct order before I go crazy trying to put them together. I always triple check. They can go up and down in the chairs and back and forward. And it also has a vibrator pillow. When you use these stuff, you do not use your spice torch on these fabric. I like that I kept them together so that they know. No, these are not t-shirts. These are just cotton fabric. This is just regular cotton fabric. You do not have to use interfacing for that. It's when the material is stretchy and you get ready to sew them, that is when you want to make sure the interfacing is on the shirt. You do not have to do it on cotton fabric. When you put the interfacing on, you do not, and so the one thing I've seen a lot of, oh, thank you, sorry. People would iron on this side. Do not. If it has vinyl, do not iron on this side. That is the one thing that drives me nuts when I see people do it. Because then they realize they made a mistake. If you iron on the vinyl, you're going to lose the vinyl and it's going to stick to your iron. I always have one thing. Unlike me, I have a heat press that does all of my stuff for me. I suggest to flip over, put it like a tea towel or something, and then press. Because you do not want to make a mistake and have the vinyl gone. If that makes sense. Put that there. it does do a better job. I have one. It's underneath my countertop over here. I am looking at finding a. I don't know how many of you remember the days in PE you get these little ragging things you sit on and slide across the PE. I'm looking for one of those to put on under it instead of me picking it up. Yeah, I don't do that, Linda. One reason, then you're messing with a bunch of stuff of having to stabilize a whole bunch of stuff. I prefer to use cotton fabric with the t-shirts because it gives you a little bit more wiggle room. You're not dealing with a boatload of stabilizer. Like the rest of his stuff that I have, he asked me for something instead of turning it all into the mess of a t-shirt quilt. He asked me to make them into rags for him, and that's what I'm going to do. And Linda, there is going to be a couple more videos of t-shirt making. I have one that I'm going to be working in process of to make for my parents' Christmas presents. It has all the way from my grade school to high school. Hi, Shirley. Hey, Sean. And if I'm correct, Sean corrects me, you even use cotton fabric in your t-shirt quilt. Because that's when I remember last. You're welcome, Linda. Part of the reason is when I go to quilt these, I like to quilt around the design because if you punch a hole in the vinyl, it is permanent. I was asking, you used cotton fabric in between t-shirts. Linda here is learning a little bit about t-shirt quilt. Even the guy who sews, he made some videos of t-shirt quilts as well. We are both into this stuff. Hold on, guys. There you go. And Linda, it's also the preference of the person who's working on t-shirt quilts. And the ideal is you got to make sure the shirts are the same size. But my order here is not going to be, personally, because it's different sizes due to the vinyl size. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Yes, I do, Dick. But I also try to be careful how much I backstitch. Because you do not want to tear the stabilizer. And that's understandable, Linda. It's about how you want to use it for yourself. Like, if I was to cut this up, I know it's going to be bigger than 12 and a half. Some of these shirts that I had to cut up were bigger than 12 and a half because of the vinyl size. And he wanted this for a memorable quilt for him. So here's 6 in a row. I gotta add one more. But I think I am going to, yeah, you don't, some people don't backstitch. At the beginning of my stitches, already locks in. I don't have to. Yes. Well, I'm still piecing them together. Yeah. They're getting pieced together because they're the front and back. Normally, I don't usually do that, but it is okay with me. I do not know, Donna, at this moment. I don't usually figure that out. I figure out the layout, and then I go from there. Since that row is done, here's the second row. And then I need that's correct. Yeah. Okay. Here's the next row. I'm gonna put these back here so I don't have to flip flop between all of them. Mine is 2.5, which becomes 2 inch. I don't want to use that piece. I'm laying them out in the order for the year. So it depends how you lay them out. As you can see, I do not have enough space for that. I take it over to my mom, and then I lay them out there. just trimmed again. Because I want the finished strip sashing to be 2-inch. So it's not too thin and not too big. I'm going to start with that, and then we'll cut more when it's time. No, I'm good. Thank you. Spend time with baby. That should be you, number one. Give me a 2-second, guys. Yeah. Most customers don't care for the back, but most this or this? The white piece or the one that's right by my foot? This right here on my foot, by my foot, this thing is to keep my 1/4 inch. I do have a tendency to slip off, and so that's why. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, that's my seam guide. Then the one behind it, this right here, that is just like my extra, it's like a walking foot. So it's called a dual feed. Here's the next one. Oh, I've been breaking out too with scissors. It's just this one I haven't been breaking out as much. So. I need extra. The rotary cutter, yes. I gotta cut a piece off because it's deciding, oh, I'm going to eat your fabric. So I need a leader. If you have other questions with Sean being here as well, please, please, please ask. It's something that we do. We may not do it together, but we do this stuff all the time. Thank you, Kathy. Yep, very true, Sean. Hey, Sheila. Just a reminder, do not, when you do your stabilizer. Yes, we do. Except for some of my shirts are bigger. So this one is longer because I didn't want to cut 12 and a half. Which one, Sheila, do you have? Are you talking about an actual walking foot, or are you talking about this type of thing that's already attached to your machine? That's the, because once you quilt in the vinyl, you're stuck. So this is the dual feed that comes up in here. And so I use this mostly other than the walking. I don't even own a walking foot. I own a dual feet. And you use it with your D foot. Any number D. As long as any numbers, but it has to have a letter D to use this. If that helps, Sheila. But I don't even use a walking foot. .480, you should have a dual feed. I don't use a walking foot purposely because it's a pain in the butt to put on it. Yeah, I don't use a walking foot for a reason. I use what I have on the back. Please forgive me, my throat was dry. Yeah, Sean may be able to help you, Sheila. Alright. Let's get to this one. I'm going to put a big clip out of my way. It's a dual feed that comes already automatically with your machine. I'm trying to throw out these big clips that I won't need. I only use them for paper piecing. I've never owned a 480, so... I am trying not to use pins right now because of my sore. I keep poking them. On accident. Uh-oh. Sean. Bananas are supposed to be used. Okay, Sean. Here's row 2. Almost. I got... It's 4, 5, 6. I can move that to the next row. I need to add a gray sachet. And then be able to move the next one. I won't be able to move further than that because I have to make sure with my client I have the shirts in the right order. That's one of my things. If you're doing it just for yourself, I suggest you, what was I going to say? I suggest that you go ahead and make sure you number your stuff, because then that way you're not confusing yourself. Okay, I don't know much about 480, Sheila. I have a 770 on a mission for a 350, 335 for traveler. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it can be. I have a walking foot on the Quattro, but I don't do any sewing on Quattro but embroidering. It's fine. You should be able to search your machine with the beat and then the number. So, I know I can find a boatload of videos of 770. So, here is row 2 done, and I'm going to add row 1 to it so that it's up and out of my way. And all I have to do is work on row 3. Yes, it can. With these shirts having a lot of vinyl, I don't like to use pens. And Sheila, anytime, because everybody has different ways of putting a foot on. I just don't own a walking foot. I use the dual foot. So, most of you may not know this. I have finished the wolf. Hey, Tracy. But I'm in the process of binding it. And then I'm trying to finish the elephant. And they will be turned in next week into the fair. So, prayers for those. Thank you. I had to call up to the fairgrounds to find out when I turn in the quilts. But I have to, so on these, I have to make sure the binding fills. So it's been like crazy trying to make sure that's done. And at the end of next month, I will be I have to go to a doctor's appointment at 3 hours from me. And maybe I can eventually get to meet Beth and a couple of others. When I go up there. So, I hope you can. You can do it, Sean. Even if we have to do a Zoom call work on quilts. I know that as if this Saturday, I'm not sure what we're doing. Sean, do you remember what we're doing? Hey, Stephanie. I'm going to do something because it's too long on one row. So, find something. I'm going to make the sashing strip on this one smaller. I may have to stop and try to see if I may have to adjust some of the sizes. And we might work on something else. Hi, Janine. Right now, I'm having a date with Jack. Excuse me. I almost called my senior member Mr. Sean. It should be Jack. I got mom and pop song in my head. Alright. Let's try this. I might have wiggle room there. Awesome. Sometimes you have to adjust the shirts to a smaller size. Janine, when is school start for you guys? My kiddo just started this Wednesday. I start going in and helping the librarian starting Monday. Just right now I haven't been in because of my hand. Wow, I wish my kid had that. No, Stephanie, I'm taking this one shirt. Because it's a little big. I have some wiggle room to move it and change the size. Yeah, I wish ours was that way, but it's not. No, it is not. Tracy, you have to put stabilizer on it. Sean, do you order your stabilizer on Amazon or on... the only reason my end here is because I am trying to... I know teachers have to go back like a week early to make sure their classrooms are set up. Let's try that again. Hold on. Wow. You're welcome. It's just that you have to put the... I thought school buses have to have special training for that. And I always do my embroidery during the day when the kid is in school and long arming. So that and then when she goes to my parents, because we work a system out, because my mom goes on the way out of, what is it? She leaves our town. She works 45 minutes from our hometown. And so they help us out with taking the kid to school. And I've always wanted where the grandparents were involved. So... that's not as bad. training. I have to take training to become a volunteer inside the Catholic school because that's how they want you. So they make sure the parents have the training to be in school, inside the school building. That is how my parents are, and they help with the whole entire family between me and other kids. We try to work together so that between me and my best friend, we don't have to be paid for daycare. When I knew I was pregnant, I didn't want daycare involved in my kid's life. I would rather have my parents help me, and that's how they are, and that's what my parents are. That's how my grandparents were when they helped take care of me and picked me up from school. So, aw, they're making you a block for your birthday. Ouch. Thank you. It is actually made by Tula Pink. She designed it. Changed the cameras before I even knew it, or it didn't change the cameras. Sorry, guys. My grandparents even help with school supplies, so my parents are doing the same for my kid, so I don't have to do that. I can do it, it's just that one of my parents loves to help. There's a saying that I've always heard growing up. It takes a village to raise a child. That's awesome. That's understandable. It's all about try and make schedules when you get subscription boxes like that. So I have goals for this year to finish all my UFOs, my customer orders, and still be able to help with the school. I try to keep that tradition going on with my grandparents. I have told my daughter, you're gonna want to. So, Linda, I help at the school with anybody. Basically, I will do whatever they need me. There you go, guys. Basically, mostly I do the library duty. I help process new books. I cover the new books so that they don't get torn. I find information on the new books so that we can process them into the system. And then I also help with inventory. And then sometimes I'll help with anything else that they need. I'll help with teacher, all that. One year I was a support teacher, or support paralegal. Not paralegal. Para for them because of this COVID. Then I also go to school. I'm sorry, guys. Pretty much I know who my biological grandfather is, but I know of him, but I don't know him. My grandma fell in love with a guy working at the same place, and long story short, he never had a baby in his arms. I was his first grandchild. And they didn't know how to change a baby diaper. And I will always remember that because he's my best friend. I miss him daily, but I try to remind my daughter it's about spending time with your grandparents because you never know how long they have. And I want her to have a special relationship like I did with my grandparents. I know my great-grandmother. She passed away a year after I graduated high school. But I don't know my first great-grandfather. And I've only known... I was only 3 when he passed away. My second one. There were days I wish that my great-grandparents hadn't gone. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So... I want my child to know that it's about taking a village to raise a child. And that's all. And it's just about being helpful for each other. Now I got iron. This big old thing. How many are so excited for FPP tutorial things? And sometimes I find that even you may not have like grandparents, you'll always have another set of grandparents that God puts in your life. going to be doing them. There'll be videos so that you guys have them, and it will be in a slower version. You want to try? There is a book that I'm going to follow out of, but most of the time, if you if you find something free on Pinterest or Google and you send it to me in my Facebook group, my email, message, or anything, I will look at it and then I'll go from there. There's row 2 and 3. Or 1 and 3. Hey, Patty. In my other, Linda, the book, you do not have to have paper. You can use copy paper. The book is on my Amazon list for you guys. But right now, I'm pretty much using free patterns that you find, and we'll do it. I use copy paper or freezer paper most of the time. And it's what you have. You ordered the book, Mary? Awesome. We're going to start with some free, and then I will go through and print off the rest of what I want to use. I will say this. The blocks will not match. Just know that ahead of time. They may not match sizes. Okay, I can get that. Thank you for letting me know. Is it on Amazon? And we can do that too. And I'll get you guys the link. I use pretty much washable. I pretty much use Elmo's school glue stick. That's it. Yes, Dave. Do you guys need the book? Give me 2 seconds. I will get you guys the book. You have to let me go get my link. Here you go. There's that book. I don't get the one for I'll have to look for that link and then I'll get that for you guys. Good night, Janine. Okay, I'll get the link for you. Hi, Janet. There you go, guys. Here in a little bit, I'm going to be getting off so that I can take care of some things before I have to head to bed. Because I can't stay up late when I have to go pick up the kid tomorrow. I gotta do a few things for bed. Awesome. Just know that you do not have to have the FPP paper. So my time would normally be 3:30 tomorrow for long arm day. We're changing that time to 4 due to the fact that I have to go pick up the kid tomorrow at 3:20. So I want to make sure I have enough time to get back here in time. I need to make sure the strip was big enough to fit it. Because this is bigger than the 12. And whenever it didn't fit, I would actually turn around and fix it. It's gonna be. I have several more rows to go. I'm waiting on the client to make sure I have them in correct order. So I have 3 complete. I'll have the 3rd one completed tonight. I think it was like 6 or 7 rows. Excuse me. So here in a few minutes, I'm going to get off, take care of a few things, get a couple videos edited so I can get it to you guys. Oh, I've done this quite a while. Patty, my first one was not the greatest, but it turned out better. The more practice you have, the more you know what you're doing. Anybody have questions? No, Patty G. Only in the big libraries. It's alright. Oh, this one is not from it. This is from the iron. So, are you talking about this one that I just said that's from the iron? This is from my puppies. They got in a fight. The oldest, two, the girls got in a fight outside, and then all of a sudden it happened again in the house, and I had to call my husband. But I'm okay. The girls are okay. And that's all that matters to me, is as long as my girls and my youngest was trying to protect the oldest when it happened. He was trying to stop it. But now that they've calmed down a bit, we're still working with them, trying to get them a bit calmed down. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Not as quite as yet, Patty. But what I'm going to be doing, Patty, is just videos, recording videos, showing you steps and step by step, and then that way I'm not having to communicate through chat. You guys can contact me. You have multiple ways of getting hold of me if you need help. And I gotta record one tonight, the one you picked, Patty. Because then that way I can get that one out of the way. Like I'm gonna say, Patty, none of our blocks are gonna be the same size. I know I'm gonna have a scar, but one of my puppies is like constantly apologetic to me. We didn't know which one bit me until my husband got home and he tested them. So like we were just sitting around and I put my hand out to see, and we found the one that walked away. Okay. Because I don't want to overpower too much lives and then overstress my body. I got 4 here and 2 more to go. going to stop here for the night, since I only have 2 more for this row. And then we will pick up next week with it. Or it might be tomorrow when I get it finished. Instead of doing a long arm Friday, we might do the t-shirt if I know the rest of the orders. Good night, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. If I don't, please know that I'm okay. I'm just picking up the kid, trying to take time. So, and we'll see you guys next time. And also, be kind, be creative, be you.